Got a comment from Tom Henning, the claim that the Swedish fish candy had all changed and they all say Swedish on them now. And Tom said he couldn't find even one single image of them without the word Swedish on them. So I was like, whoa, I love Swedish fish. I almost bought some. I'm going to go check it out.
Just going to take a little run to 99 cents. Check out these Swedish fish, which I needed to do anyway. Peace. Just kidding, making fun of Lone Eagle. I wish he would check that comment I left on his video, or I hope he did, about blood type. I like Lone.
Okay, I'm just going to include a few little weird shots of weird things in 99 cents that might not be Mandela effects, but just struck out at me as like, whoa, I've just never seen that before. Okay, I don't buy Twix, but I've never seen this at the top. Struck me out as weird, so I snapped a picture. I remember it without the two little things on top, the equal sign. Don't remember the equal sign. It's a lot like an equal sign I put on my Facebook a while back when everyone was doing sideways equals. I did the up and down one. Anyways, I remember it without that. Logopedia says it's been changed a little while back, so I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Just putting it up there for some thought. And this one just really struck out at me. I've just never seen Pepsi look like a Coca-Cola with the font and everything like Coke. So I looked it up, and apparently they've had these crazy new kinds of fonts that I've never seen before for a long time now. And I guess maybe on this one they're just reverting back to maybe like the 1940s font, but I just don't remember it. If somebody older than me needs to think back if they remember these fonts from back then or not, and if this is a change or not. Real quick, just thought this was weird. Struck me out that these are turning black suddenly, especially when everything's turning black lately. But maybe it's just always been here and I didn't notice it because I'm not like a big Cheetos person. No Swedish fish at 99 cents. I thought maybe they just ran out, so I ran across the street to CVS, talked to the lady at the counter, had a real weird conversation. First of all, my CVS card was completely blank of information. She said my account had literally just been deleted, except for the email, I guess, which I said, isn't that odd? Because don't I have to turn in my information, like at least my name, to get the card? And she said, yeah, and she couldn't figure it out. Computer wouldn't let her enter my information over and over again. Everything was glitching, even when I did it from my side. And she just said, I don't understand. I was like, I'm not concerned. I get glitches like this all the time, and she's laughing. But I have had my accounts from other companies just be deleted before. So it's just another example of when I have set up an account or something with a company, then I come back and it's deleted. I'm no longer in their system, or the information's wiped clean. It just makes me feel like I'm in a movie or something, like I've been deleted. Then the weirdest thing happened in that CVS store. I was saying, I was just over there at 99 cents to get Swedish fish, and they don't have it there right now. And she laughed and she goes, oh yeah, haha. Isn't that weird? They have everything there except the Swedish fish. And I looked at her and I was like, what do you mean? Like everything except the Swedish fish? And she was like, yeah, they have everything but the Swedish fish. And I was like, well, I thought they used to have the Swedish fish. And I was like thinking in my head, you're wrong. I was just there last week at this very same store. I saw giant bags of Swedish fish, like big bags. And I was going to get one for my trip to Mexico. Okay, moving on to the fish. And I got a generic fish and I got the Swedish fish. And ta-da! The Swedish fish do say Swedish on them now. I don't remember that. I don't remember them ever saying Swedish. Am I just so blind? Like I just ate the fish, I didn't notice it? But I don't think so. Here's the generic fish. This is how I remember them, just without the Swedish. And then here's the fish, and it clearly says Swedish on this. I looked it up on the history of Swedish fish, and it says that they've always had that Swedish stamped into them, but I don't remember that Swedish. This is brand new to me. Okay, I've never seen the Swedish there before. You can say I'm blind. I know the trolls are going to say you're stupid and you're blind. It's always been there. I just don't remember it being there. Okay, so yes, I do think this is the Mandela effect. I couldn't find any of the original, the real Swedish fish without the Swedish stamp on it. Also, I looked this up on Wikipedia, and it's interesting because the fish that they show there, they barely show a stamp. I mean, I think the green one might show a little bit of the Swedish, but most of them, you can't see the Swedish stamp at all. So I thought that was real interesting. So yeah, Tom, I mean, for me, I don't really remember that Swedish thing, so I think you did catch a Mandela effect there. We'll see what other people have to say. Okay, these pictures came from Bob Backman. I hope I said that name right, Bob. From my Mandela Effects 2018 video, in which I asserted that the Epsom salts used to be called salts, and now it's disappeared off all the bags and it says salt. At least in my bags and everything I could find online, they were all saying salt.
and I was getting comments like this: "You're so stupid, it could have never said salts ever because it's grammatically wrong. It's only salt, not salts." Well, guess what? We have some residual proof. It did say salts. Bob sent me these amazing pictures, and now he took them from all angles to make sure that they were, you can see they're not photoshopped. And the expiration date on this box of Epsom salts is 6/11, so maybe it was made in like about 2010. He thinks it comes from Big Lots due to the tag on it. And what's really, really interesting to me about these pictures is that why did this one survive? Because I've been wondering, do they come into our houses at night and do they steal things out of our houses? I don't know the story on this box exactly. Maybe Bob can let us know. I don't know if it was hidden and so nobody could find it. But 2010, does that mean that the AI or whatever is changing this place or however it's happening, like, did it have a cutoff date? Did all the salts boxes from before 2010 survive? Really interesting. Thanks for that, Bob. Appreciate that. And so glad to be able to tell the trolls who were saying that I'm so stupid because you would never say salts because that's not a word. But we did call it salts. It was a word for us. Okay, also on the Epsom salts story here, I had to read this story. It's amazing. From G. Kelly. I believe her name was Gina. Sorry about that if I don't remember correctly right now. This is just amazing. She says, so I kind of started a bit of a shitstorm at the 99 cents only store yesterday. A lady in front of me in line had like 10 bags of the same Epsom salts in her cart. Package said salt. I couldn't help but ask her, she was maybe mid-50s and probably using that stuff forever, if she remembered it as salts. She looked at me like, huh? Of course it's salts. She looked at the bag and then went through the whole, must be a misprint or something, then total confusion. Another customer chimed in and so on and so on. It was kind of scary. People were getting really worked up. I was worried a riot was going to break out. It was very disturbing to watch all those people have that moment of confusion, then realization, then more confusion. Pretty much every single person in that store was talking about the same Mandela effects we noticed a long time ago, but totally new to them. Had to tell you, Gina. Okay, great, it is Gina. That was awesome, Gina. I actually posted that on my Facebook because I just thought that was so cool. I love when viewers go out into the world, take their wives out on the town to check out the Chase banks and start riots in the 99 cent store and send in residual photograph and help me out and investigate the world. It's awesome. Okay, wow, amazing comment from Gracie McCoy. She says Starbucks recently changed again and no more green, it was all black, even the mermaid. I told you the signs are all turning black. So I asked her to snap a picture of that if she can capture again, so she's gonna work on that, so let's stay tuned for that one. I thought this comment was very interesting by Jose Gonzalez. Remember the dress that different people saw in different colors on Facebook? What if that was a test to see what dimension people were on? I found that very interesting. What if it was some sort of test of technology or something like that? Interesting comment. Got another good one from For Freedom Now. Really, this one's really interesting to me. What For Freedom Now is saying is talking about the Walgreens sign that I remember when the Walgreens sign was written out in green, not red. And For Freedom Now was able to find this old photo of a Walgreens on a green background. Now the letters are white, but this is the very first time I have ever seen any residual evidence of Walgreens being associated with green the way I remember it. So I really appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. Thank you for that one. Here's a really interesting one from Froggy Pond Videos. I haven't been able to look into this yet, but Froggy Pond Videos says, did you know they just recently introduced the scythe to India? Indian people have gone through this long history with it and they never had the scythe, which sounds really crazy to me because I know the scythe was like an old instrument they used to hack down plants and stuff with to harvest them, right? Can't imagine a culture just getting it now in modern times. So that was truly amazing. Might be something you want to look into. Got sent this really interesting one from Jean Adamson. And Jean is saying that there are now spiders which create webs in a circular fashion. I've never seen that. That's crazy looking. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. I've only ever known them to kind of go out and then in between the outs. Like little triangles with little lines in between each triangle, and they all go into a center point. So that was amazing. And then this beehive, which is just, whoa, look at that thing. I've never seen a beehive like that. So another circular animal thing, which reminds me of Once Upon a Timelines video
Once Upon a Timeline, she just did a video. It was really interesting about all the animals circling. So I don't know what's up with these circles and the animals doing circles, but I wonder what Once Upon a Timeline would say about this, because it's right up that same alley with the animals doing weird circular things with their bodies, their motions, and now apparently with their structures. So wow, really interesting. I've only ever known bee hives to be more like a pine cone shape, like it's round. It's not flat like this, like a flower in a circular weird thing. Holy smokes, I just looked up beehives, and it's not just a particular bee making this kind of weird shape. It is all of them. I can't even find my old style of beehives from my old timeline other than in cartoons. Look, Winnie the Pooh's doing it. The bees used to make these nice little round beehives, and they would cover the outside of it. I can only find 2 images. I was searching and searching, unless they're hiding them, of natural beehives that look a little bit like I remember, which were round and they would cover the outside. Well, now the bees are making all these crazy weird shapes for their beehives, and they're not even covering the outside of them. Like, they're just leaving the cone open to the elements for the honey to drip out, dirt to get in, and you know, things to eat the honey. Like, that's no. See, all of this should be encased inside of a round, something round. And yeah, wow, Jean, you found a good one. These hives are completely different. The bees are doing crazy things right now. Thanks for this one. Wow. Now, these come from Kimberly Orr in Texas, and what I find fascinating is she totally documented some more color changes in logos of signs. And now I don't understand that, because the way it used to be in my reality was you had a company, and that company looked the same across America. You had to go to another country before it really started looking different, having different colors and stuff. And even then, they tried not to have different colors. You were supposed to be able to recognize the logo. So now what is up with this? A white El Pollo Loco sign? Weird. Just weird. And then, you know, she's got a picture of this one. And I'm telling you, this sign has turned black for me. This chicken wasn't there, or it wasn't black. And it just looks wrong. This chicken just looks wrong. I don't recognize these chickens. So yeah, wow, Kimberly, thanks for that one. And this just deepens the mystery. The question remains, and no trolls have really been able to answer this. Why are the companies suddenly changing all their colors out and fonts, and all the colors and fonts are changing all over the country and not even standardized, when that's not even a good business practice? What the heck is going on? Just to end the video, I was just in Rosarito, Mexico, and snapped pictures of a new Christ the Redeemer type statue. I don't know if anyone's already caught this or not, but I know they've been popping up all over the place. Here's a new one, and they're popping up everywhere like cerns are. So yeah, interesting. Also, I'm going to put a new way to contact me in the description of this video. It's a free app that works internationally as long as you can get it online. You can always chat with me there, send me photographs and stuff like that. It's a better way to get in touch with me than my email, which I usually have to go up to my big old computer for, and I like to use my phone a lot. So also just wanted to say thank you very kindly to Rath Nakara from Sri Lanka, who sent me some tea from Sri Lanka, and I just love that. I love tea. It was really, 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 really nice of you, really kind and sweet. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you, Rath. Holy smokes, can you believe this? I was just thinking, no joke, I wish I had gotten coffee at 99 cents. I'd forgotten to get it, and then I opened up the package, and he had snuck a bag of coffee in there. Unbelievable. I was just thinking it.